Do you ever put down your phone after doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram for hours and just feel completely numb and tired and lazy? So what you've basically done is completely fried your dopamine receptors in real time. And by doing that, you've decreased the benefits that dopamine would have on your testosterone in the first place. So doom scrolling actually does something very, very damaging for testosterone that most men don't even realize. This is exactly what I was doing 2-3 hours a day when my testosterone was at 270 nanograms per deciliter. And after 3 months of trial and error and pain and suffering, I got it to 870 nanograms per deciliter, which, if you want to learn more about, click the link in the description below. This is what happens to your brain when you doom scroll. This is dopamine. This is what it looks like. So what I learned from an Andrew Huberman podcast on dopamine, he describes that every time you have a dopamine spike, every time you do an activity that's high in dopamine, your dopamine spikes and then it drops. But it doesn't just drop to the baseline that it was before, it drops to below that baseline. So this demonstrates that perfectly. So this is you on a normal day, little Instagram doom scroll journey. So little Instagram doom scroll at this time at 9 a.m. Nice. Oh, massive high. You stop, time for school, boom. Drops massively. Little break at lunch, big doom scroll, 1 hour session, drops below. So what we've done in 2 doom scrolling sessions is actually dropped it below and below again, baseline. 5 p.m, feel like doing it again, big spike, drops below baseline again, then we do it again in the night, drops below. So this is what's happened to your dopamine during the day. It's dropped massively. So it's dropped all the way down here. I'm sure you realize that this is an unhealthy thing to do, like regularly, to indulge in regularly. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can avoid this trap. What you need to do is you need to reload your dopamine receptors. You need to reset them because they're fried, they're fucked. So this is what you've done before. This is the massive drop that you've had, as we saw in the last slide. And what you need to do is reload them. So it's actually a very easy fix. You just need to take a break from your dopamine indulging activities, which typically, I'm sure for you, is typically social media. You either have TikTok or Instagram downloaded on your phone, and you either, every time you have free time, and anytime you have free time, your thumb automatically finds it. What I actually realized when I actually wanted to fix this, I thought I need to hide Instagram in one of those little folders on the phone with the 9 apps, and I just hid it on like the 3rd slide. What I did, actually, every time I opened my phone, because I was so habitualized to open my phone and click on Instagram, it being like in the bottom right of my phone, every time I'd open my phone, my thumb would automatically go there, even though I'd move the app, which shows you what a dangerous habit this can be. And because you've done it for so long, it's habitualized itself into your routine. It's habitualized itself, not just into your routine, but into your subconscious. So you need a detox. You need a dopamine detox. I'm sure you've heard of this before, and I know there's a lot of friction to do this. So I'm going to give you the simplest step that you can do to do this. So it's not a 3-month detox without using your phone. It's just 24 hours. So just 24 hours will increase your dopamine back again. It might just get it to here, but it will still feel good, like, even though it doesn't, in a weird way. Cavemen had purpose. Your evolution, the way your brain is wired is the exact same, is very similar, if not the exact same, to what it was thousands of years ago when we evolved from primates and when we were cavemen, and then we evolved a bit more. This is because we share so much of our mental wiring of our brain, the wiring of our brain with our caveman and our primate ancestors, so that we need purpose to function. And doom scrolling on Instagram isn't purpose. It's delaying, it's killing time. It's delaying any sort of arduous task or any sort of thing that's worth living for, really. And I tell you this from someone who was absolutely addicted. Instagram Reels all the time. I'm not really a TikTok guy, but I used to indulge in Instagram Reels, and still sometimes I find myself, because I blocked Instagram, I find myself opening up YouTube and going on to YouTube Shorts. So the habit is still there, although it's probably 5% of what it once was when it was 100%. It's still there, and there are some hacks that you can do to increase, because you want to increase the barriers to this. You want to increase the friction so that it's harder for you to get there. Because before, when it was here, I'll show you here. So currently, this is you, and this is Instagram. I'll draw the little app. This is Instagram. It's currently very easy to get there. There are no barriers to entry. What you need to do is to add a barrier. So we add a little like fence here. So then now we have to jump over it to get there. And the easiest one that I found is an ad blocker called ClearSpace. So to help you with this 24-hour detox, this is basically the action step that I'm giving you, the challenge that I'm giving you for this video. So I'm giving you something that you can achieve, a challenge that you can achieve. And let me know once you do achieve it. Because if you let me know once you do achieve it, what I'll do just for fun, I'll give you free access to my community, which is $10 a month. So email me here. So what I'll do is I'll put my email down. So if you do watch this and you do achieve this, 24-hour complete detox of social media, you gain a bit of my respect. You can have my community for free, like for, let's say for 2 months. You can have it for free for 2 months. So email this if you email this email if you do this, then I'll give you free access to my community, which is actually about $1,000 a month value worth. That's what it's worth. So email that if you do this. So this is the app I use, ClearSpace. Basically what it does is, I can't show you my phone because I'm recording on my phone, but when you open Instagram, it takes you to a page and it blocks it, and then you have to click on that, which takes you to ClearSpace, and then it gets you to do a breathing exercise, which then takes you back to Instagram once you do that. So there's massive barriers to entry, which is why it's so good, better than most, because it also forces you to focus on your breath, to take a deep breath. And then once you do that, you kind of realize, oh, I don't really feel that urge anymore. I'm present enough to avoid that urge. So do the 24-hour to try this detox, and if you do this successfully, email this. I'll give you free access to my community. So what you need to realize, boredom is actually better than overstimulation. If you're bored, you're more likely to force yourself to do something productive. If you're overstimulated, your brain is having so much input that you don't have the space to think. So once you step back and once you realize that, oh, I can actually just like think for once, my brain can actually just work and be bored and not have to have so much input. The modern world is so overstimulated, oversexualized. There's so much shit going on, especially when you open Instagram. I'll just see thirst trap, fucking AI reels, fucking racist reels. It's too much sometimes. So this is a good way. So this 24-hour detox is a good way for your brain to realize that it's okay just to be bored. It actually feels kind of good. And after, it's the same if you do like a 5-minute meditation. At the end of that, you feel, oh, I'm awake now. I'm like more of a human now. I'm not like IV to fucking dopamine that's being pumped into my fucking veins or something. It's a drug addiction, end of the day. And stopping this addiction will have massive, massive gains on your, not just testosterone, but your overall health as well. If you allow your brain to think, you allow yourself to indulge in, to do better activities, to do better habits. Literally doom scrolling causes you to eat worse. I know it sounds silly, but that bad momentum will cause you to do things like that. It will cause you to watch porn, cause you to eat worse. Every time I like unblock Instagram for a day, if I do, it's very rare that I do it, but if I unblock it for a day, it's just like, I always do bad habits. I'll always eat badly. I'll always do the bad things. And I was watching a YouTuber recently called Hamza, and he talks about, he tried like doing what everyone else does, but then he realized, no, I need every advantage that I can get. I need every advantage that I can get as well, because I'm a hugely like, I have addictive personality traits. I need every single advantage that I can get. Put the ClearSpace on. I need to sleep with the mouth tape. I need to sleep with the eye mask. I need every advantage that I can get. Because my brain, and I'm sure your brain as well, to a certain extent, has been wired to be a fucking dopamine rat. So as I said, click the link in the description if you want to achieve crazy results in your testosterone. I'll show you what you'll be getting if you do that 24-hour detox that you'll be getting for free. So this is the classroom section, which is the bulk of this community. Everything that I've learned over 5 to 7 years. So if you're unconfident, these are some things that I've given you to do. Instant gratification addiction, that'll actually be the most relevant to you probably if you're watching this. And then there's a community section as well. That's all for now. Hope you found that useful, and until next time.